Today, she plays an essential role within the royal family, a young woman hailing from the home counties who captured the heart of Prince William and garnered the affection of the entire nation. For some, Catherine Middleton now symbolizes the future of the British monarchy itself. At 41, the Princess of Wales has spent more than half her life in the public spotlight. This explains why she appears so at ease, whether attending the coronation, welcoming foreign dignitaries, or engaging with excited children who are thrilled to meet a genuine princess. It's noteworthy that Catherine had the ideal mentor in the late Queen Elizabeth II, who quietly guided her for many years. The bond between the two women deepened when William and Catherine, referred to as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, established their residence at Kensington Palace. It is conveniently located within walking distance of Buckingham Palace. They would frequently find time to connect and chat over afternoon tea. Many observers believe that William and Catherine took direct inspiration from the Queen and the late Duke of Edinburgh, who enjoyed a marital union that lasted an impressive 73 years. Queen Elizabeth was also raising a growing family at the same age as Catherine, with teenagers Charles and Anne, 7-year-old Andrew, and 3-year-old Edward. She had been reigning as monarch for 14 years, skillfully balancing her responsibilities as head of state with her roles as a wife and mother. Presently, Catherine is a mother to her children George, who is 9 years old, Charlotte, who is 8 years old, and Louis, who is 5 years old. In 2019, she received recognition from the Queen for her dedicated service to the royal family and was honored with the appointment as Dame Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order. However, the Queen's small acts of kindness touched Catherine the most. She expressed that amidst the expectations of grand gestures and extravagant displays, the Queen's appreciation for the simple things truly resonated with her. Catherine once shared, "I can remember being at Sandringham for the first time at Christmas, and I was worried what to give the Queen as her Christmas present. I pondered, gosh, what should I give her?" Ultimately, she chose to make chutney using her grandmother's recipe, a decision that could have quickly gone awry. Surprisingly, she noticed the chutney placed on the table the following day. This simple gesture meant a great deal to Catherine. The thoughtful dressers. When the late fashion designer Sir Norman Hartnell commented, "The Queen and Queen Mother do not want to be trendsetters," he encapsulated the monarch's approach to fashion. He remarked, "That's left to other people with less important work to do. Their clothes have to have a non-sensational elegance." This principle has been embraced by Catherine, who opted for rustic and casual attire instead of designer dresses during her first ever fashion shoot for Vogue in June 2016. Queen Elizabeth exhibited frugality, influenced by her upbringing during wartime and belonging to a generation that embraced resourcefulness and thrift. Notably, she had to utilize ration coupons for her wedding gown and frequently recycled her wardrobe. She would even pass on her hand-me-downs to senior staff members. The Queen graciously offered her cast-offs clothing to her late sister, Margaret. The monarch originally owned 2 coats, worn by Margaret in 1995 for the 40th anniversary of VE Day and Trooping the Color. One was an emerald green coat she had donned during her 1977 Silver Jubilee visit to RAF Finningley, while the other was a salmon pink ensemble worn during that year's state opening of Parliament. The Princess of Wales, like Queen Elizabeth, is a discerning and mindful dresser influenced by the customs of her generation. She skillfully combines high street fashion with designer pieces and is unafraid to re-wear her favorite outfits on multiple occasions. An example was when she was photographed wearing an Amelia Wickstead dress at the Sovereign's lunch at Windsor Castle and her first garden party at Buckingham Palace in May 2012, just weeks apart. Catherine also engages in clothing and accessory exchanges with her sister Pippa. For instance, she wore a Catherine Hooker coat for the launch of an RNLI lifeboat in Anglesey in 2011, and Pippa was later seen wearing the same coat at the wedding of Benjamin and Georgina Fitzherbert that year. Furthermore, Catherine's fashion choices have had a significant impact, such as when she donned a scarlet gown by Beulah for a ball at St. James's Palace in October 2011. This highlighted the ethical label's mission to combat slavery and assist vulnerable and trafficked women. Additionally, she has taken inspiration from Queen Elizabeth's guidance when selecting colors, often opting for solid hues across the clothing spectrum. The amateur photographers. Catherine identifies herself as an enthusiastic amateur photographer. She holds an honorary membership of the Royal Photographic Society while also serving as a patron of the National Portrait Gallery. During the lockdown period, she took the lead in the gallery's Hold Still project, which involved inviting people of all age groups to submit photographic portraits capturing the unique essence of the UK during that time. Remarkably, over 31,000 entries were received, and she participated as one of the judges who carefully selected 100 poignant and personal images to be featured in a book. To promote the project, she shared a photo on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge Instagram account, later renamed the Prince and Princess of Wales account, posing with her trusted camera, the Fujifilm X-T3. However, the Princess of Wales is not the sole amateur photographer within the royal family. Queen Elizabeth received a box Brownie camera during her childhood, which she would frequently bring to the royal stud at Hampton Court to capture photographs of her favorite ponies. In 1958, she was gifted a Leica M3, which became an essential item that she would pack first and unpack last when embarking on royal tours. During one instance in 1986, when she and the Duke of Edinburgh visited the Great Wall of China, Prince Philip questioned the need for taking additional photographs when they had already amassed hundreds. Queen Elizabeth responded that she desired to curate her selection of images, emphasizing her preference for a personalized perspective. The nation's comforters. Princess Elizabeth was merely 13 years old when the outbreak of war occurred on September 3, 1939. She and her sister Margaret were evacuated to Windsor Castle, 20 miles from the capital city. The following year, to uplift public spirits, she delivered a speech to the nation on the BBC's Children's Hour from the drawing room of Windsor Castle. In her address, she empathetically acknowledged the hardships faced by thousands of individuals who had been compelled to leave their homes and be separated from their parents. Drawing from her own experience, she expressed deep sympathy for those in unfamiliar surroundings. She also expressed gratitude towards the kind-hearted people who had warmly welcomed these individuals into their country homes. Although Catherine did not experience the trials of war in Britain, she assumed a similar role to the Queen during the pandemic. Alongside William, she visited healthcare workers on the front line of the coronavirus crisis, including staff at a London NHS 111 call center. During this visit, they unexpectedly encountered a former Buckingham Palace telephonist who had met William as a baby. Lightening the mood, William jokingly asked, "Was I behaving myself? The happiest days of my life." Before becoming queen, Princess Elizabeth married Philip Mountbatten on the 20th of November, 1947. At that time, she had not yet inherited the throne. Her father, King George VI, suggested that she join her husband in Malta, where he served as a first lieutenant on HMS Chequers. Excitedly, she boarded a plane and arrived in Valletta, the capital of Malta, on their second wedding anniversary. For 2 years, the future queen intermittently resided in Malta, as her husband was later promoted to lieutenant commander on the frigate HMS Magpie. She fondly referred to this period as the happiest days of my life. During their time there, the couple resided in Villa Guardamangia, an 18th century limestone residence graciously loaned to them by Philip's cherished uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten. As the wife of a naval officer, Queen Elizabeth enjoyed her days in Malta by driving around the narrow streets in her Daimler car, which was a gift from her father on her 18th birthday. She explored the archipelago through boat trips, hosted fun tea parties for other naval wives, visited the hairdresser, and even learned to dance the samba. She first used cash during her time on the Mediterranean island. Although it would be many years later before her grandson, Prince William, got married, the Queen always remembered the memories of her carefree early years of marriage. She desired the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge to have a similar experience and enjoy the same freedom and joy she experienced during her time. When William and Catherine got married in 2011, William worked as a search and rescue pilot at RAF Valley on the Isle of Anglesey. During that time, they chose to rent a 4-bedroom farmhouse in the southwestern part of the island. William was the first member of the British royal family since Henry VII to reside in Wales. He paid £750 per week to Sir George Merrick, the landowner, for the rental of the house. The farmhouse boasted a private beach and offered stunning views of Snowdonia. Despite their royal status, The couple embraced a modest lifestyle there. However, William's daily commute to work was quite extraordinary. Each morning, he would depart at 6:45 a.m. in a black Range Rover, accompanied by security personnel. Or he would be picked up by a Sea King search and rescue helicopter, which would land within the estate's grounds. The couple indulged in Wednesday night meals of shepherd's pie and claret at the Big House, which was Bodorgan Hall, a grand residence owned by the Merrick family. They would also participate in monthly pheasant shooting and enjoy watching the television series Downton Abbey on Sunday evenings. Catherine and William are avid fans, as mentioned by Jessica Brown Findlay, who portrayed Lady Sybil Crawley. During the summer season, they would organize beach barbecues. Catherine, who volunteers for the Scout organization, would cook burgers for local Cubs and Beaver Scouts. She would also assist them in fishing and crab-catching activities. On certain occasions, the couple would drive around incognito in a worn-out white Ford Transit van, donning baseball caps and sunglasses. In other instances, William would occasionally speed along country lanes on his red and white 180 miles per hour Ducati motorbike, dressed in leathers and a helmet, with Catherine as his passenger. In 2013, William and Catherine departed Anglesey after Prince George's birth. During that time, William expressed their shared sentiment, stating that he had never encountered a place as beautiful and welcoming as Anglesey. He acknowledged their strong attachment to the island and mentioned they would deeply miss it once his search and rescue duties ended and they were required to relocate. The dog lovers. The Queen loved dogs and had more than 30 corgis during her reign. She created the Dorgie breed when her corgi Tiny mated with her sister Margaret's dachshund, Pipkin. She also bred and trained Labradors and Cocker Spaniels at Sandringham. Her love for dogs started when she was 7, and her father let her choose a new dog for the family. She picked Dookie, the corgi with the most extended tail, so they could quickly tell if he was happy. On her 18th birthday, she received Susan, who became the mother of many future generations. Prince Andrew also gave her a puppy on what would have been Prince Philip's 100th birthday. The Queen was lavish with her dogs. Animal psychologist and behavior therapist Dr. Roger Mumford revealed they are given an individually designed menu at dinner time. As I watched, the Queen got the corgis to sit in a semicircle around her, he told Town and Country magazine, and then fed them one by one in order of seniority. Catherine also enjoyed having a dog with her, often taking the Middletons' dog, Tilly, to watch William play polo. Unfortunately, the dog passed away in 2017. The couple received a black Cocker Spaniel from the Middleton family as a wedding gift. Sadly, their dog Lupo was bred from Catherine's brother James's dog Ella, died in 2020. The Prince and Princess of Wales expressed their deep sadness, as Lupo had been a cherished part of their family for 9 years. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We would love to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to Modest Narratives for more royal videos.